What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. What is going on out there? Hey, everybody, come on in, come on in, come on in. What's up, Nola, darling? What's up, Marcia? Now and later, Mango, what is up? Hey, Teresa. Hey, Karen. Just listening. What's up? Come on in, come on in. Hey, everybody. I wanted to do a little something fun, and I wanted to start it today. I know that there is a lot of people. Hey, LS, how are you? What's up, Nisi? Come on in, you guys. Thank y'all. Listen, I wanted to do something fun, right? If you were on my live yesterday where we wrapped up the season 6 reunion, the final episode of the season 6 reunion, you guys would have heard me say that I wanted to do a walk down memory lane, okay? Not so much a walk, but see if we can all get on the same page. What's up, Linda? See if we can all, kind of get our thoughts together, because we're kind of all over the place with Love and Marriage Huntsville. We have a great community of people that, show up here on YouTube, support content creators and the information that we are bringing. Hey, Tasha, what's up? How are you? So I wanted to see if we could kind of go down this stroll together. And, from the very beginning, let's start it from the beginning. And I wanted to kind of make it fun, really interactive, right? Where we start asking questions about whether or not you agree or disagree with all the stuff that we know about Love and Marriage Huntsville, all the way up until like the present. Okay. But we're going to start from the beginning. We're going to walk it back. So I'm hoping that it is fun. Okay. I hope you guys have a good time with doing it, that we learn something new, that if we have, some misinformation, that we get that information corrected, all of the things, and everyone is able to participate. That's how I feel about it. Okay. So if you are not a subscriber, please become one. If you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button. Okay. Excuse me. And we're going to get started. We're going to have a good time on this. Let's see. I thought I had put some information in here. You said Mel's hair is, oh, you like this hair? Mel, when she first came on, she had this little cute signature cut. Let's see, do I have other pictures of it? I'll get other photos. I got a couple of pictures up, but not everything, okay? So if you guys want to come up on the panel, because I'm hoping that we can get enough of us on here that I can start, giving, some giveaways and stuff like that. We're gonna make it fun, because sometimes Love and Marriage Huntsville can feel heavy for some of us. And so me being aware of that, me being a content creator who's bringing information, I want to bring the fun back into Love and Marriage Huntsville. I want to bring the laughs back into Love and Marriage Huntsville, the whole thing, okay? So let's get it started, y'all. I'm going to drop a link, and you are willing to come up if you'd like to come up, because that'll make it the most fun. I ain't gonna lie, that'll make it the most fun. And then, like I said, I'm going to tell you guys what I know to be true from the beginning. I actually went back and did a little bit of research today. I listened to a couple of podcasts. I also got a chance to watch one of, I think it was called like Behind the Scenes for the first season. What's up, Juanita? How are you? And so I wanted to say, I said, this is going to be great. This is going to be like a dope way to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville while it's off season and get us prepared for the next one. Okay. So hold on, let me drop a link. Here we go. Drop a link. And then if you would like to come up, please do. And you know what? I think I am going to do a gift giveaway. I have like a lot of earrings. A lot of people always compliment me on my earrings. I'm going to give away a pair of earrings. Okay. Let's see, and I'll get that pinned to the top of the page. Here we go. It's pinned. So thank y'all for showing up. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. 241 of you are watching right now. Go ahead, join the chat. Go ahead, join the panel. You are behind a screen, so no one can see you. And we are talking Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you are a Love and Marriage Huntsville fan, if you love the show, if you love one or two people on the show, if you feel like someone doesn't get a fair shake, all those things. Let's talk about it. Okay. So yeah, this should be fun. Just peaches. I agree, child. Let's do it. Look, I said peaches, child, and I got your name wrong. It's just patches, just patches. So come on in. What's up? Hey, I appreciate you guys for joining. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Linda Morehouse. I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, Pacino? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Simone is back in the house. What is up, girl? Thank you for showing up. Hey, Nola. Okay. So, like I said, I listened to a few podcasts earlier today because I knew I was going to come on tonight and we are going to talk about it. What's up, Cookie? We were going to talk about it, and what we're talking about right now, again, we're going to start from the beginning all the way until the end. We're not going to do all of it tonight, though. This is just going to be about how this show got initiated, right? How the show got initiated. What's up, LaDon? How the show got initiated, and how the players got involved, the core six, how they got involved, a little bit about what happened in regards to the breakdown. That is what we're going to talk about. I want to keep it light. I want to keep it what's the word I'm looking for? I want to keep it fun. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes we come up and people are, they don't like what they just saw on the show. And so it can get a little, sometimes it might drain the energy just a little bit, but we're going to try to keep it as fun as possible. So we're playing a game called Agree, Disagree, or Add to It. Because listen, I may not be right. So if I got part of it right and you're like, listen, Dyana, let me add to what you said, that's cool. If you don't agree with me, then you can say, listen, I disagree with the whole statement. That's not what happened. And then you can tell me what happened. And then we're going to let the chat make a vote on it. Okay. And then let's see. Or if you agree with me, you can say, listen, I don't have any problem with anything. Everything you said was accurate. I agree. Okay. And if you want to come up on the panel, because again, that'll make it the best. I see some are back here right now. If I could get 3 or 4 of y'all to come up, it'll just help things be a little easier. It'll be easier to play the game so that, we can do a little giveaway afterwards. Okay. So let's see. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, let me take the screen down. Melody was super cute in this picture. They all look nice. Everybody looked nice. Look at this picture right here. This is Mel and Martell. They had a super serious black tie. Look at it. We got this other pic of the core six. They're giving this serious, we stand on business right here. This is their serious, I stand on business. Look at Maurice's little belly and Marceau's belly. Who else do I have? Tell me if y'all remember these pics right here. This is Marceau and Tisha. Do y'all remember what moment went down when Marceau made this face right here? He's looking at Melody, by the way. See how serious they look? This is Maurice. He's looking at Melody. Check it out. Kimmy's like, what the hell is going on? Okay. And then Martell is looking at the friends across the way because he's really looking at Tisha because Tisha's smirking here. Y'all can't see it, but Tisha starts laughing and Martell is looking at Tisha because he's pissed. Yes, Kimmy is frustrated. I'm going to tell y'all what happened here. I was trying to see if anybody remembered. See, Ren said, yep, Mel asked, what would you do if your partner cheated? Ding, 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 ding. She said, what would you do if your partner cheated? I gave him a second chance and he turns around and did it again. Okay. Yes, that was a moment. That was a moment, y'all. So that happened. Okay. So we are going to talk about it because one of the things is who brought up the cheating rumor and all that stuff. And if y'all have been paying attention every once in a while, go back and look. That has been an argument since the beginning. They've been arguing about who brought it up since the beginning. And disrespectful cheating. That was an actual episode. It was called Disrespectful Cheating. It had to do with Tisha and Marceau. But on season 5 reunion, they tried to get to the bottom of what happened and they did tell. So we're going to talk about all of it leading up to season 5 reunion. Okay. So let me bring some of y'all up. Thank y'all for coming up. Let me get this down real quick, and then I'll get my girls up here. Okay, taking down this photo. Oops, sorry about that. Then I am bringing up Glam Rocks. How are you, sis? How are you?
Good evening. I'm well.
Good. And then I'm bringing up Miss LaDawn. What up, Miss LaDawn? Love you, girl.
Hey.
Okay. And I also have Simone Wealthy. Welcome back, Miss Simone.
Good evening, ladies.
Good evening. And then I have Linda Morehouse. What's up, girl?
Hey, Diana, can you hear me?
I hear you just fine, child. We are about to have a good time, okay?
Alrighty.
We're about to have a good time. So again, the rules are agree, disagree, or add on. Those are the choices, okay? So I'm about to share some information with y'all. You can say to me, listen, I flat out, I agree with you, all is well. You can flat out disagree with me. And if you disagree with me, tell me why. And if you want to add on to it, like I disagree with you, you're like, let's say I am 50% right, 50% wrong. You'll tell me where I went wrong, right? Tell me what I got right. Tell me what I went wrong. Just say that you're going to add on to it. And then there is a link at the top that's pinned. And what I will do at the end is I will leave it up to the chat to vote on the panel. And then whoever wins, whoever y'all think did the best at answering the questions or chiming in, y'all can let me know in the chat, and then I'll let you guys send me your address via email, and I'll get something out to you tomorrow. Hell, what I got going on? Nothing. Okay, so let's get started now. Here's the first thing. I told y'all I listened to a couple of podcasts, and I also went back and looked at a behind the scenes episode that aired in season 2. This is where all of this information is coming from today. So Melody did a podcast with Carlos King where she shared a lot of that, the beginning stuff, and I know they'll probably rehash some of that today. And then like I said, the behind the scenes and second episode. And I'm gonna tell you that behind the scenes was really informative. I wish that they would give us a behind the scenes like maybe every 2 seasons, because I think it'll help clear up a lot of the little extra stuff that be going on. But creator and executive director, child. A lot of people like to say Melody is the creator of this show, not Carlos King. Carlos King robbed Melody of being a creator or getting a creator credit on the show. Now, a lot of people feel that way. Hell, Mel might even feel that way. She hasn't, I don't think. She may have. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. I haven't seen her come out and say that's the case.
No, she ain't never said that.
She ain't never said that? Okay. But from what I'm understanding, Melody and Martell had met with Carlos King. They paid a pitching fee to pitch a show, correct? I think it was $2,500. They ended up meeting him in Atlanta. So flew from Huntsville to Atlanta to meet him. And I don't think the meeting was that long either. I think it was like 15, 20 minutes. Carlos King tells a story where he says, listen, they came walking down. I could see them walking up. He didn't know who was who, but they're walking up. And he's like, from the second he saw them, he was like in awe, like, wow, thinking that they just were a beautiful couple. They presented as a beautiful couple. And then he said, they sat down and they said, look, we want to do a show and yada, yada, yada. And Carlos King says, I can put you in a show today. Right now, if you guys want to be on a show, I can put you on a show today. I have a room for you on Housewives of Atlanta. So do you agree, disagree, or would you like to add on to that? Do y'all recollect anyone? And if you guys don't have an answer, then I'll go to the chat for an answer.
I'm going to have
Um,
to disagree. This Linda Morehouse.
Okay.
Yeah, because if they're based out of Alabama, I don't see how he could put them on, a show in Atlanta.
Okay. Anybody else want to chime in?
I want to say that I agree that they met up with him and they pitched the show, and to me, that's what gave him, you know, the love and marriage. idea. Yes, he was a producer and thought of putting shows together, but
Mhm.
that was Mel's concept. And I feel like during that meeting, Mel was okay with having some of the credit and not all.
Okay. Okay. I said Linda Morehouse. I heard from LaDonda. Anyone else want to weigh in? Simone or
I just agree with you. I got
okay.
a couple things going on. I'm making some tea. I'm trying to look at the football game on mute, but I listened to what you were saying, and I'm just going to say I agree with that statement.
You agree.
Agree, yeah.
Okay. Simone agrees. Okay. Linda Morehouse disagrees.
Well,
LaDonna, we're going to
let
say,
me only
Mhm.
thing I disagree on is that he was casting them for Atlanta Housewives.
Well, I won't
Melody
say
did.
he was casting them. He said, if you want to be on a show today, they came to say we want to do a reality TV show. He said, if
Okay.
you want to be on a reality TV show today, I can put you on Atlanta Housewives.
Okay. Maybe I missed that. Okay.
Okay. Sorry
All
about
right.
that.
It's okay.
Don, you did an add-on. Okay. And your point was just to clarify, you said that you thought that he did like them and saw them as a star, but not wanting to put them on Atlanta Housewives, correct?
No, not that. I don't remember him that being a thing, her going on Atlanta Housewives. I was saying that how people are saying that he's robbing her for the
Mhm.
creative and all that. I
Mhm.
believe it was Mel's idea, but she was okay with
Okay.
um with the position she the stand she took and what she signed up for, to have her name on the credits but not as the creator. I
Okay.
think she was okay with that. She just
Got
wanted to get her show greenlit, but it was Mel's idea,
it.
the
Okay.
concept.
Well,
Let me
Diana, let me interject. I do believe I agree with everything you're saying. The way that I recollect it is he suggested that, but they went there on the
okay.
pretense of
Well,
creating their own show.
let me get to Glam Rocks. Glam Rocks, what's your thoughts on this?
Okay, so I went back and watched some of the season 1, and I went back and watched season 2
Okay.
because I'm now getting into this love and marriage commentary. So I do believe he pitched the show and told them that they can be on it. I don't recall if it was the Housewives though.
Okay.
And I do remember him saying as soon as he saw them,
Mm-hmm.
he just knew that they were going to be good TV after their meeting together.
Okay.
But I don't even know if I want to disagree or agree. I just don't think it was the house. Okay, then I'll just say I disagree. I don't think it was the Housewives.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay. So the answer is yes. He said, I can put you on a show today. You can be on Atlanta Housewives today. And they said no. It was actually Martell who said, everybody on that show gets a divorce or have problems with their marriage. And I have no desire to get a divorce. We want to do something in Huntsville because Huntsville, you guys, is on and popping. And they said they wanted to put Huntsville on the map. So Carlos says to them, it's going to be a while, but y'all just keep talking to me. Keep talking to me, gave him their information. And he said, I promise you, I will put you on. He even said, Melody, he was like, you have a charismatic personality. He said he was really enamored with Mel. And he said, everything that we see about Mel on the screen is what he saw with Mel there. That Martell was kind of shy, actually, outside of saying, I don't want to lose my family. He kept repeating that, according to Carlos King, that he didn't want to lose his family. And Melody kept sending him things by email. I think she said it took him 3 years. He ended up quitting the show because he said that Atlanta Housewives and what he was doing in production for Bravo had consumed so much of his life that he could not do his production piece, which is
Martell really said that he didn't want to lose his family.
Martell said, I did not want to lose
Ain't
my
that crazy?
He
yeah.
was trying to win her back at that time, remember?
Well, they were okay. They were okay when they went to pitch the show. It was Martell's idea, y'all, to pitch that. He said, we got this beautiful family. He knew Melody wanted to be a part of television. And according to them, Martell said, that's okay, Simone. According to them, Martell was the one who said, why don't we do TV? So he kind of pitched it. He kind of put the idea out there. He, from what I'm also understanding, I think I read this in
He
what's
only pitched it because he knew that's what Mel was inspiring. Mel been talking about, I want to be on TV. I wanna. You know,
really,
I don't want you to say it like, you know,
no,
because
I'm
how they're trying to
listening.
say he made her.
I never said he made a child.
I know
That's
that,
why I
Diana.
was gonna say we won't keep it up. But yes, according to Melody's manager, do y'all remember Melody's manager? Y'all see the comment?
Dawn
Marie said, is her name Dawn Marie or Dawn Michelle?
Dawn Marie.
Don
Dawn
Michelle.
Michelle.
Dawn
Don
Michelle.
Michelle.
My apologies. I think she said that Martell had came to her and said, could you manage Mel? And she said that wasn't what she did. So she didn't. She did manage, but she said that she didn't manage what Mel was looking to get into. And then Martell talked her into it, and then she said, yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. So Martell kind of backed her. So he has it in his head, like who? Like a Ike Turner.
Yes.
My name is on the marquee.
Do you think that's why? Okay, I'm trying to say it's crazy because the way that I talk about mistresses a lot. Okay, that's what my channel's about. So it's crazy to me that in the background, he more than likely promised Ariane the same thing to be a star. And it boggles my mind why you would think that you would be on the wife's show that he started. Like, ma'am.
It is very, very narcissistic.
You don't have what she doesn't possess what Melody has, and that's favor.
Yes. So you're right. We're going to get into that too. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but Melody and Martell actually did like a little video, because we know that Marceau, I think it was maybe Kimmy and Maurice who shared that they used to film at Melody's house every week. They actually brought in a camera crew. Remember that? If you don't, it's okay. Kimmy Maurice,
the sizzle that they did.
Yeah, they did it like a little sizzle reel, whatever. They did it like a sizzle reel, but they used to do a little reel and it was called No Holtz, HOLTS.
No Holtz Bar or something like that, right?
No Holtz Barred. Yep. No Holtz Barred. And so when they had brought that, like, oh, we're still doing this, X other, from what I'm understanding, they give this to Carlos King. Carlos says, listen, I do reality TV. I don't do HGTV type content yet. So I'm not sure if that's something I could help you with. And they said that they were open to doing reality TV. Then, how long was it when Carlos King gets the message? Oprah, they look at the sizzle reel. The sizzle reel, I believe, is shot to all networks. I know from what I'm understanding, Bravo got a bid and OWN did a bid. So both of them bid on it. Both of them wanted the show. They knew it was hot. OWN won the bid. But Carlos King gets that phone call from Oprah Winfrey or from the network saying Oprah said it's a go. Oprah said it's a go. When I think he said it was Melody. Melody gives him a call. How soon before? This is a question that I'm asking you guys to answer. How soon did Carlos King get a call from Melody before they were supposed to shoot the pilot? Was it 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month before they were supposed to shoot the pilot, where she says, I'm not shooting any damn thing. Martell is still out in the streets.
1 day.
Yeah, I'm going to say 1 day.
I'm agree. 1 day.
1 week.
Who said 1 week?
Simone.
Okay. And then everybody else, I saw her.
Debbie, what you say?
I think it was 1 week. I want to say 1 week.
Okay, Debbie and Simone says 1 week, and everybody else says 1 day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. The answer is boom.
Which one?
1 week.
1 week.
1 week.
Whoop, whoop,
Okay.
I thought I knew a lot about this.
1 week. 1 week before they were supposed to shoot the pilot episode, Carlos King gets a call from Melody, and she says, I'm not shooting anything. My relationship is over. And Carlos King says, we're going to pray about this. He tells her, I'm going to pray about it. And I'm laughing at these comments. Somebody said, hot damn, 2 for 2. Get the hell out of here. She said, we're going to pray about this. Oprah Winfrey is the one who called. Let's move forward and just shoot the pilot and see where it takes us. And what I can promise you is just be your authentic self. Bring your authentic story. We'll do our best to make sure that we present the authentic story on the show. So that would have been Martell, Melody, and the rest of the crew, the Scots 1 and 2.0. Now, I said that I was going to jump around a little bit because, the story doesn't always come to us in one single piece. We have to grab from every place. Now, they end up shooting the pilot. And I think they shot it in 1 week, if I'm not mistaken. Took 1 week before she said, we're not going, and 1 week to film the pilot episodes. And apparently it was off the chain hot because of Mel. But we found out in season 5 reunion, remember Marcel was on stage and he says to them, we never talked about your relationship. We were asked by the producers because we find out on that same season 5 stage that Martell had said, don't talk about the affair, right? And season 1, episode after episode, it's about the affair. But let me make sure that I see this correctly. Alex said Carlos also told Mel that he would protect her in that conversation. Yes, he would protect her. That's what he said. Now, protection could mean a lot of different things, so I just want to make sure we want to put the facts out there. Really said that it's interesting that Martell and Mel planned for the divorce with the show, but he used the show to get her back. So the nerve of him. Child, it's a lot. I'm telling you right now. But Mel said, when I said, listen, we're going to come back together for the show, Melody has always said this. I'm always going to be honest. I made a decision that once I came on the show, I was going to tell my real life. I was not going to lie, okay, for anybody, right? He said that over and over and over again since season 1. What else did she say that I want to make sure that we are communicating? That's pretty much it. She just said she was going to keep it 100. But everybody else is frustrated as hell in these episodes. And for us watching, we're always like, why is Kimmy making this stank face? Why is Marceau doing this? Why is Tisha doing that? In the season 5, I believe, reunion, Marceau is really adamant on saying, Carlos, the production team came to us and told us Melody and Martell are talking about the affair. We did not bring this to the show. You guys were talking about it first, and that's how we started talking about it.
I heard it from Tisha first.
Okay.
In the car.
I
When
agree. I
Tisha
heard it
was in
from
that
Tisha.
car, when Mel took her out and Tisha was in that car, Tisha was like, we're going around Huntsville, Mel think like her marriage is so perfect. Basically around Huntsville is some stuff out there in the street. She kept throwing little sly stuff like that until she asked the question finally.
I remember. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, Glamrox.
I remember from watching the season 2 to earlier today. It was Tisha when her and Marceau was in their bedroom and she was trying to ask him. I forgot what she was asking him. She said, "Why you think Mel asked the question about what would you do if a man cheat?" And Marceau kept trying to tell Tisha. She like, the streets are talking, and Marceau kept trying to tell her, just leave it alone. You shouldn't believe what the streets are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Don't always believe it. And that's crazy, but she don't believe the back that she saw on what the streets are saying. This is crazy. So I remember it was Tisha also.
Okay. So the reason why I ask is because, again, they were very adamant. They were forced to talk about it because production said Melody and Martell were talking about it.
But we didn't hear them talk about it yet, though, Diana.
Well, they're on a show though, LaDon. So what do you do when you're being told this is what's happening? We need you to discuss it. So what do you
Do
do?
what they do when they say about their own life. We ain't gonna do it.
Okay. So Melody and Martell are talking about it though. They
I
were
didn't.
from the
When
first
Tisha, the
episode.
first time I heard Mel say anything about
So
Hotel
just watched
actually
it.
cheating on her was after I already heard. I didn't hear it from Mel yet. I
Okay.
heard it from Tisha first. When Mel said you should have kept your penis in the household is when I heard it out Mel's mouth that he was actually doing that.
Okay, that's in season 2. So she actually talks about it in season 1.
She asked the question in season 1, what would you do?
But Glam Rocks, when you were watching, because you watched, sounds like you watched earlier,
Mm-hmm.
when Melody is in confessional with Martell and she's talking about cheating, what happens?
I remember he told her to be quiet,
Yeah.
something like that.
Exactly.
He told her to be quiet a lot.
Yes.
From
If you
season
guys
1
were
to
paying
season 2.
attention, because it happens so fast, and you really got to go back and watch it. Melody and Martell are in confessional, and she starts saying, she's telling the camera, you know, well, people are out here cheating and stuff like that. And Martell literally looks in her face like, are you serious? Like he tries to stop her then. It
Mm-hmm.
comes out then, but we are just thinking, well, what the hell's going on? Because, you know, they appear to us to be such a cute and together couple. We're not thinking that they're cheating.
Mhm.
Melody ends up bringing it out as a scenario at
Mm-hmm.
the dinner table when she asked, what would you do? Like, for instance, I'm going to use Martell as an example. If Martell was cheating, what would you do? And Tisha starts giggling right away because she's like, oh shit, Melody is about to blast Martell. And that's when we get all of the faces. Kimmy's like, are y'all serious? Because y'all remember on season 5 stage when Kimmy says, you guys told us not to talk about this. Mel said, I never told you not to talk about it. Everybody attacks Mel and said, you told us not to talk about this. And then Kimmy says, it wasn't Mel.
It was Martell.
It was Martell.
Exactly.
Martell says, of course I told y'all not to talk about it. Melody never made a promise not to talk about it. Melody was talking about it. Martell was not.
But for some reason, like Mel went into the show with her then husband wanting to be truthful. That was the whole thing when they had the meeting with Carlos. But yet he wanted Melody to gatekeep what was going on.
Mm-hmm. So, but everybody had this harsh attitude and animosity toward Mel, like Mel told them, and that Mel broke a promise to them. Even in the Galentine's party, Tisha's coming at her like, you told us. She mentions this meeting that they all had in that Galentine's. You told us not to talk about it, and we all knew Martell was cheating. And then we don't find out till season 5. Melody never told y'all not to talk about it. Melody is saying in the season 2, you know, behind the scenes recap, she said, I knew the second I was coming on reality TV, I was going to tell my truth. And she tells it from the time she shows up on camera, episode 1, when her and Martell are in confessional.
Mm-hmm.
She lets us know Martell is cheating. And she says, I never cheated, but I can't say the same. And he looks at her like, you are not going to do this.
Like if looks could kill, from season 1 to season 2,
for
Martell
sure,
looked like he wanted to physically.
he was outdone. He was outdone in this scene too. When he, if y'all paid attention to how he looked at Tisha, I'm not kidding. Martell looked like he wanted to spit on Tisha. But look how Kimmy is. Her face is like, oh my God. Like whatever the pact was that they thought they made, it did not happen. So I don't know if they were mad that Melody broke the pact or if they thought this opened the door for other things to come out. But Mel,
that's what I'm thinking.
They were mad at Melody because they already crafted how they wanted to show their lives. And cheating was not one of them because each of those ladies know that their spouses were cheating with him. They knew that. But they're okay with it. They have always been okay with it. They let their men cheat without bothering them. They don't have a problem with it. Melody, they had the problem with Melody because Melody had a problem with it.
So let
And
me
she
share
wasn't going to sit quietly.
what Journeyology to Root said, because I do remember this scene when she is calling Martell's phone back to back to back to back to back. And Martell refuses to answer his phone. He finally makes it to the office. She said, "Why didn't you answer your phone, Martell?" That was another clue that there was a problem. And he gives some random ass answer. But at the end of the day, she was letting the audience know. And so when the producers are like, listen, Melody is already rolling full steam ahead. She was not going to let this just go, these stories are that's out there to come for her. She knew what she was dealing with.
I
So
kind of respect her though, because you signed
Mhm.
up for reality TV. That means your reality.
I don't
And
disrespect her for sure.
she didn't want to be fake about it and lie like the rest of the cast. It's
I
No,
reality
she's
honestly
TV.
smart. She was crafting her exit, putting his ass on blast and on in front of these cameras and showing that he has been cheating. That it was going to help her with her divorce.
I
Well,
don't
I
think
will say
at that
this.
time she was ready to leave. I just think that she thought by bringing it up, like she never planned on lying for Martell. I just
Right.
think in their bedroom talk, he was like, Mel, like just try not to bring this up. Like me stepping out up. And Melody, till this day, this two, I'm sorry, season 6 reunion, she always kept been adamant that I'm not going to cover for you. So he was actually mad with Melody because he already planned how he wanted the show to go. And
Well,
his
she just
wife,
said, she also just said in at the trip to Houston that the first time that she left the home when she found out the first time he was cheating, she
Mhm.
contacted divorce lawyers. So she had it in her mind. Now I think she gave him, like I said, 5 years of chances, but
that's a
initially she
long
was ready
time.
to go.
I
But
can't
yeah,
do
I
what
but
will
Mel
say
did.
this. I will say this. Melody has always been very adamant that when she decided to get back together with Martell, that she decided to get back together with Martell. That it wasn't
Hmm.
because she was looking to divorce him on the show. She said that she was in it, assuming they were coming back and they were going to be together. Now, no one has ever deviated from that story because Martell could definitely say that's not true if that's how he felt. I've never heard any of the other cast say it either.
I
What they
think the
have,
show was a second chance. I think if he would have did right from there on out, I think it probably could have saved their marriage. But
Mhm.
You're right. I just actually posted my own clip of the review of that, what you just said. Both of you ladies just said that she said on there that she hopes this doesn't happen in their marriage again. This is when she was pregnant, season 2. And
Mhm.
she was touching his face and said, I hope this doesn't happen. So both of you ladies are right. She did go back to make it work. And Martell continued to cheat.
Correct. Correct. So she's walking in and she's letting people know that she has a problem. But season 1 was really about her and Martell trying to mend things. But he was keeping up with the same behaviors, going to the gym, not answering his phone. She even said, "Listen, I miss that we're not in the field together like we used to." And he said, "Well, you can get over it. You're doing the desk work. I do the field work, and I'm not changing anything. We have this beautiful life. You're not going anywhere." That's how he put it, even on the show. He was very, 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 very
and
narcissistic.
that's when she said that's how
yep.
she knew he was creeping off before, because he wasn't on doing the certain things he was supposed to be really handling out there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
look at Scott's 1.0. That was their strategy in their marriage too. Tisha was at home. He thought Letitia was going to school just to play. Like even in season 2, he wanted Letitia to stay home. She was literally asking him, "What do you have planned for the day?" And he was like, "What you asking me about how my day gonna be? I just need you to be in this house."
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Well, Melody really, every time that she did go back, she did try to, commit to, forgiving him and taking him quote unquote, at that time for his word that he was going to stop. It wasn't going to happen again. And each and every time it continued, not just with the bird, but also with other women. So she did the right thing. I mean, if you're looking at it technically, she tried to forgive him. She tried to make it work, but he could not hold up his end of the, the deal. He just could not do that.
So let's do this, because I know that there's a lot of people that still don't agree. We're going to take a vote in the chat. So if you agree that Melody brought it up first, put a 1 in the chat. If you think that it was Tisha who brought it up first, because I know some people said Tisha, and then some people also said Kimmy, because Kimmy has a conversation with Maurice, like, did you hear about Martell stepping out? Maurice like, I didn't hear that. If you think it was Kimmy or Tisha, put a 3 in the chat. They brought it up first. Or if you think that when Mel was giving the hints, she was actually bringing it up first. Like, some people like to step out of the marriage. Why aren't you answering your phone? You can put the 1. Okay, I see 1s. Then try to be fair. Let these numbers roll up. Okay, right now it seems to be majority 1. I see 1, 3.
What are you asking, Diana? Are you asking?
I'm asking
how she gave a hypothetical?
Yeah, I'm asking how were we alerted that there was cheating going on in this relationship?
That's Tisha all day. But
Okay.
Mel gave the hypothetical.
I don't necessarily think it's a hypothetical if you are sitting there in your confessional saying one of us is cheating. I think.
I'm talking about at the dinner table. I'm sorry. Yeah, the confessional. Yeah, that's different. Okay. But at the dinner table, she gave that.
She gave a hypothetical.
Okay.
Hypothetical or not, we have to use context clues, because if somebody says I smell smoke, you're going to look for the fire. At the end of the day, right, these faces are telling us there's something wrong.
Yeah, because the what they were told is not going the way that they thought it was going to go. Yeah,
exactly. So it looks like the 1s get it. We're going to say that it appears Melody may have brought it up first, but Melody said that she didn't have a pact. She says that on season 5. I had no pact. Okay, and they all agree. They all agree. Okay. So sorry, y'all. Just for intents and purposes, we're going to say it's 1. Now, the next question is Martell and Marceau's business. They have a business called Skult. My question to y'all is, was that business dissolved before or after the show started? Before or after the show started, did Skult disappear?
What? Wait.
I should say Skult disappeared. The partnership disappeared.
The partnership between Martell and
Marceau.
The Snots. Okay.
I say before the show.
LaDonna's before. Okay.
I say before as well.
About the papers. I'm thinking about the court papers that when they said to certain businesses that those two owned together, and when they wasn't no longer. So that's what I'm going by. Okay.
People are saying before. A lot of people in the audience are saying before. 1 says after. Okay. It was before. It was before. I know some people are chiming in just so we can keep things going, because it might be moving a little slow for people. I'm just keep rolling through. Okay. So right now, Simone and Debbie are a little further ahead, and LaDon and Simone just got 1. Okay. So the next question for y'all would be, and the reason why I bring that up, the significance of that also, is that Martell and Marceau had a very strained relationship on this show, starting from season 1. It was Martell who did not want to get the comeback group together. Melody actually answers yes in that first season when they voted to bring the group back. Mel said yes. I'm a yes for bringing it back. She calls Scott 1.0 and 2.0 to say, let's get this group back together. We could do great things. That was all Melody. Martell didn't want it. And Martell had I don't want to say a love-hate relationship. He really did not get along with Marceau that well. I'm not sure who's, I think I need everyone to mute up for right now. because there's some feedback going on. Okay, thank y'all. Okay, so Martell really did not like Marceau. Martell didn't like Marceau, didn't get along with him. After season 1 reunion ends, Marceau calls the police on Martell because Martell threatens him. Okay? They also had a fight during season 1 that Carlos King had to come on set to break up, and it was about the business. Martell aired out Marceau, and he said, listen, you were going belly up. You called me. You said you only had about 7 months worth of cash on hand to float the business. So I came in as a partner and brought in his contacts, his money, whatever. And that is how he's saying we got people together. We also know that they brought Melody's mother in. So there was a lot of things that happened to bring, their contacts and money to the table. Marceau did not admit it at all, period. And he didn't admit it until, I believe, season 5. He has a sidebar meeting with Martell where Martell says, can I buy back in to Sculpt? And Marceau says, Sculpt would not be what it is today if it wasn't for you. And then Melody made them admit it on stage when she said, I don't know what your books look like, but I know what my mama did for you. And I know that my business contacts, I used to give you guys contacts all the time. And she said she used to do things for all of them. And Marceau for the first time had to bite his tongue and say, Melody did help us as a business, but he wouldn't give it to Martell. And Martell chased him around that table, that kitchen table, and said, listen, you're a liar. And that's when he screams out, you guys are trying to pick on me, make it seem like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, but it's not like y'all didn't have 20 women, but the majority of the conversation was about their business relationship. And he said that we did way too much for you guys, for you to ignore me and pretend like I did not help you. So Charlene Miller says, I know one season I do remember Melody mentioning to Martell he wasn't answering his phone. They were checking one of their properties that he had checked on and she had informed him. That happened quite a bit. That was their real life. Melody called Martell at least, it felt like 7 times. The camera had zoomed in. You could just see her calling, putting the phone to her ear, and Martell letting it go to voicemail. Never picked it up. Never picked it up. So it was pretty bad. Thank you. I appreciate you, baby. Okay. So that business was dissolved before they came on. Now let's see. Let's see what else I got for y'all. I
bet he wish he would have picked up them phone calls now.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
But you gotta remember though, in reunion 4 or 5, when Destiny was still there, that's when Maurice said at the reunion that he bought out Martell.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tisha was saying, "Oh, I bought you out," and then find out Maurice gave her the money to buy out Martell. And Melody looked at Martell and shook her head.
Like, you fool.
And she been telling him, these people talk about you behind your back and they're not your friends. And right there and then he's took some years, but right then he realized what Melody was saying back in the past.
Yeah. So it sounds like Marceau and Martell might have had just like some bad energy between them when they were doing business, and they tried. It did not work. Marceau, on the other hand, whatever these agreements were not to bring to TV, once the ball started rolling with Melody and Martell, it sounds like, and they were like, listen, we just telling everything because it really don't matter at this point. When she said to Tisha, you need to roll up, because remember, Mel also says to Tisha, you guys, she said, you know that our husbands know a lot about each other. I don't know if y'all remember that. Our husbands know a lot about each other.
Yes.
Tisha was sitting at that table thinking she had one over Melody, and Melody was like, don't, sis. In fact, why don't you roll your ass up to that bar when Marceau was up there at 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning, right? Now, here's the next question. Did Tisha roll up to the bar when Marceau was up there at 5 or 6 in the morning?
I don't think so. I think her mama did.
No, but her mammy did.
No,
Okay.
she did.
You,
She did
do
one
you
time.
mean
She did one time.
prior to? Oh,
No,
sorry.
after Melody gives her that nugget, roll up to the bar. When your husband is out in the morning at 5 or 6 a.m., that really caught me because I was like, who's at the bar at 5 or 6 a.m.? But did Tisha roll up to the bar? The chat is saying no. So
No, I
Yes,
don't think
No,
she did.
no,
She
she
didn't.
yes,
didn't.
I
she
don't think
did.
she did. I don't even think her mama did. I think Wanda just talks about what she hears in the streets.
okay.
But
Diana,
but
I'm saying she
On the
did
panel? Okay.
after
Bring
the meeting with
Simone.
Melody.
Okay, so
She,
Simone says yes, and the answer
yes,
is
I
yes.
said yes. Because
Production
she did.
actually
She
said
went to the bar, but when someone must have told him she's coming, and then remember he had two glass drinks
so.
in
This
front
is
of
how
him.
we find out. Production actually says that they went to film at Tisha Marceau's house, and they could tell something was horribly wrong. She said the energy in there was horrible. Marceau pulls production inside and says they have been fighting all night because Tisha showed up at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Tisha shows up at the bar. So now they know that the words Melody said got into Tisha's head. So they said, well, let's film the scene. And then we see Marceau and Tisha in the bedroom. Marceau got a ice pack on his balls. And he says, Tisha, what did you see when you went to the bar? And she
Mm-hmm.
said, I saw you with your laptop open. He went, well, that you should believe me because right now there's no trust. And Tisha said, he said, all you had to do, he said, I called you. He said, don't lie to me. You didn't call me. I called you like 3 or 4 times. You never answered your phone. So I drove up to the bar. So it was Tisha. So Simone
Mm-hmm.
won.
You
It
said
was
I did get it right or I didn't?
You got it correct. It
Okay.
was Tisha. It was Tisha who drove to the bar. Now later we find out from Wanda that she went up to the bar too, but Tisha does admit on camera that she went to the bar and that it was really they had a horrible argument about it before it
Mm-hmm.
happened, guys. So Melody got into her head and Tisha is fit to be tied. She cannot take that Melody is Melody made her feel away, right? So
I
that's
don't
first season.
think. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I'm hoarse. I don't think that it took Mel to get into your head. Like
No.
that's like I understand what you're saying because of the episode, but if there's not a seed that can be planted if the grass wasn't ready. I
Well,
mean,
that's
like
what
for real,
Marceau
for real.
tells her. That's what Marceau tells her when she's arguing with him. She said, "Listen,"
Yes.
he said, "There's no way in hell you're going to tell me that you let somebody that doesn't live this life get in your head. That's the ultimate no, Tisha. Like I don't even know if I can trust you because I don't want anybody telling you what I'm doing in the streets and you coming after me like that." Like Tisha walked in with her headscarf into the bar to see what the hell Martell was doing. Okay. Excuse me, not Martell, Marceau. Marceau was fit to be tied. He really could not believe she did it, but it came out that way. And then that's when Tisha's at this point doesn't know what side of the fence she wants to be on because she doesn't feel like Marceau is representing them well. Marceau's not being, what did you say when Martell said you had 20 women? He's like, I didn't say anything. It's pissing her off that she's not answering any of these questions right, and you're making Melody look like she's accurate. So Tisha knows in this very beginning stage of being on TV, she's actually handling herself in a way that's much different from what we see Kiki do. Just an FYI. Teacher's like, I want these damn questions answered. I don't want you sitting around looking like a puppet when someone's accusing you of cheating on me. And Marceau's like, I'm not saying anything. And for us, the audience, we're like, well, if Marceau's not saying anything, there got to be truth behind it.
Oh,
Because
that ain't why I think that. It's a whole bunch of stuff with him that just
for first
smells
season,
cheater.
when we're first watching, that's why I said I want to go back from the start, y'all. Let's start it from what we know and head it up, like from what we saw in the show. So for
Now,
first season, did you think Marcel was a cheater from the first time he showed up?
No, well, when Hotel said that no, when they was outside, them three, and they was talking about he got busted again, and he got 2 phones or what. I mean, he should have 2 phones. Marceau told Hotel, that's why you need 2 phones or something like that. And then that was one thing that made me like, okay. And then The second time was when Hotel said he had the 20 girlfriends. He should know. That's his friend. He hangs with him.
Mm-hmm.
Tisha does roll up on Marceau at the bar.
Oh, one time. It takes him. Come on.
Yeah, no, I'm saying this to Alex Winter. He said she wrote up in season 4, not season 2. She does
What?
roll up on him. And then we have, Bad Apple coming up now. Then we have Tisha, who's mad at Kimmy. We know why she's mad at Kimmy, right? Who knows why she got mad at Kimmy?
Because Kimmy didn't defend her about being the side chick.
Oh no, I thought at that point it was because Kimmy said we do talk about Mel behind her back.
Oh, you talk about on the reunion stage.
No, it was because she was asked if she would be friends with her if they weren't
exactly.
Okay.
if they weren't related by marriage.
And she said no. What season are we on?
Yeah, you guys are going too far ahead. This is going to be a couple of breakdowns. We're only talking about season 1 and 2.
Oh,
season 2. The last caller
season 2. We come back. Tisha's telling Kimmy she's not loyal.
Yes.
Yep.
And why did she tell her she's not loyal? LaDon got it right.
But after watching that today, I come to realize that I liked the Kimmy back then. Kimmy was her own individual person.
Amen.
She was a mutual friend between Mel and Letitia.
no, she wasn't.
No, you got to go back and watch season 2.
You got to go back and watch it. I agree.
I watched it today, and I'm telling you, she was a mutual party between Melody and Tisha. And because she was not capping for Tisha, the person who just spoke was correct. She's like, well, you didn't have my back. And she was like, well, we do talk about Mel.
Melody said, you guys talk about me, saying you the post queen, blah, 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 blah. Tisha said, we don't talk about you, Mel. And Kimmy said, we do.
Yes,
yeah,
we do. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we
and
do.
Also, was that season 1?
That's
I think it was. I think it was season 2 though, when Melody kicked Tisha out of her event. Was that season 2?
That's season 2. So I was getting to that.
That's season 2.
I was getting to that. So season 1, we know that Melody and Tisha are right after that. They're on the outs and they never get back right. Okay, never get back right. Simply from that moment, Kimmy says that on the reunion stage, and now all of her attention is at killing Kimmy. And Kimmy, even though people are like, Kimmy is a snake, actually, who was the first person to say Kimmy was a snake? Then we'll get to that. That's my next question. Who was the first person to call Kimmy
Uncle Wanda.
Uncle Wanda. Can I ask a question really quick? Because I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so hoarse, but I could not just listen in the bushes again today. I wanted to be a part of this. What? Wasn't it so? Like, the reason why at first I wasn't feeling Kimmy, but then I kind of was for a little bit, but it didn't last long, was because like in that first season where, that first time they was at Mel them house and they saw how they was really living. And she had, they looking over the mountains or whatever, and they started talking about her being bougie and her being this and that.
Episode 1. That was episode MF1, and I didn't like Kimmy from that.
And so,
from that moment,
I didn't like her because I like Mel from the first few seconds of the show. Like she just, you could tell she was a star. She was bright. I like that. I kind of saw that, and I liked her personality. But when that scene happened, I didn't like Kimmy because you could tell they had been doing all this talking amongst each other before they even came to this lady's house. And then for this lady to be paying for massages, doing this, that, and the other, and y'all talking about she bougie because she inviting y'all to galas. Well, she also invited y'all on this TV show. Exactly. So there were a lot of doors that she opened for y'all. So like that didn't make no sense to me. I'm like, hey, please invite me to a gala. But then you see that when Kimmy starts to try to figure out, like, okay, I needed to get to know you for myself. And so I was like, okay, sometimes that kind of stuff happens. You get a little jaded, because like, you got this family member or this best friend, they telling you this, but you have to see for yourself. And so that's when that whole, neutral Kimmy in the middle thing started coming up. But
so I think the whole thing was Hey, Debbie, how are you again? I see you come back up. Listen, I think the first thing that happened was Kimmy's position was always, I'm going back and forth between Melody and Tisha. In fact, Melody says on camera, the problem is you need to stay the hell out of it. You're always trying to be the peacemaker between the two of us. Cut it out. And they both asked her to mind her business. Kimmy got offended at what Tisha said to Melody on the reunion when Tisha implies that Melody wanted to be with Marceau. And she says to Tisha, that's a dirty thing to do when you know that they are going through something. How dare you do that? And you knew it wasn't true. Tisha says, who the hell are you for? Are you a Scott or are you caping for the Holtz? And Kimmy said, I'm caping for what's right. And how dare you ask for what you yourself cannot give, right? She said,
Yep.
Right, but Marceau
Yep.
also said that on the reunion stage about about Tisha saying that, and he was like, you know, they're going through some stuff, something.
Marceau says
Why
it
would you
too.
do that?
Yep, Marceau said it too. So she got it from both Marceau and she got it from Kimmy. She didn't attack Marceau, but she attacks Kimmy. Kimmy reminds her when Kiowa was here and you guys thought it was all cute that when I got up and walked out the room, Kiowa says, well, now that the elephant has left the room. And they all giggled, but she knew something was being talked about. She said, well, it wasn't that big of a deal. She said it was big enough of a deal for you to call me and tell me what she said. So you should have corrected it when she said it and you didn't, but you want me to constantly have your back when I have in the past. And Kimmy really was a stand-up person, I think, in that moment.
Yes, she was.
But she definitely,
I agree.
she
But
definitely,
she
after that
always been a
reunion, though.
snake, though. She
That,
always
but they had to have taken her to the side and been like, look,
Look,
this is
got her.
the family.
Yeah, they did.
That's the rumor. That's the
Hold on.
rumor that they all as a family confronted Kimmy about standing
No, that's
up.
not a rumor. Kimmy admitted that. She
Oh,
said
she
that.
did? Okay, because I
Yeah.
didn't hear that. But I remember hearing about it, but I didn't know she actually admitted to it.
So
Yeah.
she admitted to it. So yeah, that's
And Wanda said it too. Wanda said that. But Kimmy has been a snake from day one, from season one.
But at least
ever
we could
since.
see her coming, though.
You could, because when she stood in her kitchen with Martell talking about actually uttering that
you're jumping ahead. You're jumping ahead.
I'm sorry.
But don't do it. Don't do it. We're talking about how we get to season 6, okay?
Bring it back, Bad Apple. Bring it back.
I will say for me, looking back, like really seeing where they were last year, not even season 6, but seeing where they were season 5 when Mel was like, I don't mess with none of y'all, really solidified a lot of things for me when you look back through the seasons and be like, oh, that's why she was the way she was with these people.
We need a cash shakeup.
Kimmy messed herself up. Kimmy messed herself up after that season reunion when she said she would not deal with Tish if they weren't in-laws. But the next season, after she got, I call it jumped in by the snots, that's when she changed. Because before that, she hadn't got jumped in yet.
Oh, sorry.
That
was the season after 2019.
She got jumped in, and from then on, her brain has been washed. She has turned into Tisha.
Simone, your
Somebody got a mute. Diana, now we can't hear you.
You can hear me. Simone, I had to put you on mute. I don't think your microphone is working. I'm going to have you send me your address to my email, okay? See, my email is listed on everything. Send me your address because right now you are the winner, okay? But I have to keep you muted because your mic is horrible and it's picking up everybody else's conversation. So we keep hearing an echo. So
congratulations, winner.
Yay, congratulations.
Simone.
Yay.
Okay, Simone is the winner. Simone is the winner. So just send me your address to my email, and I will get a pair of earrings out to you this week. Okay.
Nice.
And we're gonna keep playing. I just don't want to jump ahead to, season 4, 5, and 6. But season 1 and 2, even though everybody loves to say Kimmy was a snake, Kimmy was a snake, Kimmy was solid up until we get the moment where they give her the ultimatum. Are you a Scott or a Holt? Right? That's where things
Because
wrong.
Kimmy was the first one Mel told she was pregnant with.
Yep.
They was starting to bond. They was starting to, because Kimmy was talking to Mel more, and I think that's when Tisha too was feeling a little jealous.
And I'm
Tisha
going to be
was
honest.
And
way,
that's
way
the
in her
problem.
feelings. But hold on, y'all, because didn't Kimmy start showing her Slytherins before that? Because I know, like, when they were preparing for the wedding and all of that, and it's not that Kimmy and Tisha didn't know what was going on between Mel and Martell. They all knew. So, like, she's like, oh, Mel didn't come to this, and Mel didn't show up to the bridal shower, and oh, and now they late for they haven't gotten to the wedding. Well, but like, it's not that they didn't know what was happening in a household. Is it necessarily true that she's slighting you, or maybe something's going on?
Mm-hmm.
But this is the thing, though. You don't consider other people's situation when you have your own agenda and you're using them.
Well,
That is what all of
let's
those
Good
be
point.
people.
well.
Good point.
Hold on 1 second. There isn't anybody who didn't have a wedding who was like, who do they think they are coming to my shit late, and why aren't they, participating in this? Everybody does that, though. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
The
but you're
wedding
not going to be
part.
I
so much in
don't.
your feelings about it. You're not going to make it
I
that
don't
big of an
know. I think
issue.
it made it a huge big
Yeah.
deal, but maybe that was something to do with production. I think
And
But
it
they
I
was
made
a
it a
small
really kind of
wedding
a
bed
big
after.
deal.
Well, I
I
also think they made it a big deal because, Mel is like very big on manners and customs and stuff. So to see her not show up or not send any word or whatever seemed out of the ordinary. But then when Mel explained after all of, the festivities were over or whatever, that they were going through some stuff, it made sense. But yeah, for her wedding, I wasn't really mad about that because you RSVP'd. I expect you to be places.
Okay. I know some people take it very seriously. When you are getting married, they want you where they want you. And it feels like you're not participating, or, it can be a problem for some people, but it
It
could
was a
also
problem for
have
me.
been, huh? It was
Well, I'm divorced now, but when I was getting married, like when I had to pay per plate. So when you
Hmm.
RSVP, you don't show up. I mean, I love me some Mel, but she could have said something.
okay.
Right.
It costs people
So
money for people to attend.
I
We
mean, I
it could have
And
been
completely
I
agree
agree with that. That's
about
why
paying
we
for
ended
the
up not
plates,
having.
it
but
could have been a
I'm
setup
sorry.
scene too. It could have been a setup scene too, because
Yeah.
Melody and Kimmy have that sit down where she's like, I'm sorry, girl. And she's like, you're not being yourself. You don't usually do this. And then she tells her, I'm having problems in my marriage.
That's kind of
Yeah.
how where I was coming from it, because then
But
y'all
they
not really
already knew
friends.
that.
You're
They
not
already knew
friends.
that was
If
happening.
you really are friends, then y'all know that this
But
woman is going through something.
the
Huh?
television audience need these things to tie together. So there's some things that's going to be produced for us to keep the story going, even though they may have already knew. So sometimes we do get the camera tricks part, but
Mm.
either
My opinion was when Kimmy was a snake was two parts. One, when she called her bougie.
Mhm.
Two, when Melody had her little 1 minute event and Kimmy was eating her food, but paying attention more, eating her food than listening to Melody what she had to say in
So
that one event. That's the only thing I'm gonna say about
remember in this event also, she's been given specific instructions not to talk about being in a bad relationship, and Melody is having this conversation, and she's sitting there eating her food like, what the hell? Where am I? Am I on the planet Mars? Did we not just meet to have a conversation about not nobody talking about infidelity and things like that? Do you
But
remember that?
somebody asked
But
her.
Mel didn't say that.
Somebody asked, and from the crowd, they asked her about that, didn't they?
Asked her what?
like she got a question. Are we talking about the mimosas at Melody? I mean,
Yes.
mimosas with Melody, right?
And Melody said that on that day she was like in tears right before Mimosas with Melody, that she found out again that Martell was still out there in them streets, and she was crying. And she said after it was all done, she remember like running into Carlos King's arms, and he was like trying to console her. But it was a big deal. Like they still haven't been given instructions, that they're not talking about it, from what I'm understanding. But I don't know.
Right.
Go ahead.
But
What you were
do
saying.
I remember correctly that there was a question that somebody at the event stood up and asked her about how do you come back from it, and she ended up giving a little speech about it or whatever?
Mm.
Or was I did I dream that or something?
No, I thought I remembered something like
No,
that.
no, that's right.
I don't
Because
remember. Well, I don't
because
remember how it happened.
Mel opened up about it after the lady answered the question, and then Kimmy had a little sidebar where she said, "Well, she hasn't told us any of this. She hasn't
Mm.
opened up to us,
Mhm.
but like she's opening up to all these people."
That's true. I do remember that.
Mm.
But
I do.
also, you
See,
understand,
Kimmy expected a lot
Melody.
out of Mel, but
Yeah.
yet you didn't even like her really like that.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to intimate things like that, sometimes when you already have a feeling that a person don't like really rock with you like that, you feel comfortable with telling the strangers quicker than you.
Well, and you right. You right, because if you think about, that's when I knew I would never like Tisha again, when she threw that BMW up in Mel face.
Oh my
Mel
God.
sent
And
Tisha.
your husband
Mel
helped
Mel
pay for
sent
it.
Tisha. Mel sent Tisha the pictures of the BMW. So she had confided in Tisha, and for
Mm-hmm.
any B that would then turn that around and throw that in your face, she was never Mel friend.
Agree.
Mm-hmm.
Never, ever, ever.
That's why I
So
said,
like it wasn't this is not just that, oh, these people are hearing rumors. They were friends. Mel
Right.
told her. She knew. It wasn't something, oh, here's the BMW, I know she got it. No, she knew that from Mel. That's a dirty
She
bitch.
knew it from her
That's
Well,
a
that's
husband.
real
why
dirty bitch.
can I say that I agree with you, and that's why I feel strongly about Tisha, because people seem to forget that. Now, I'm not going to say Mel has never been petty. I peeped her pettiness from season one, but something to me always felt off, and I was like, "There's more going on here with between these friends." And when her and Tisha was sitting there, and they were going back and forth, and Tisha was bringing up whatever was going on with her grandmother, and said Mel was laughing about it, and Mel was like, I was going through some stuff. I pulled back. I sent you a text, and she was like, that was basically wasn't good enough. And then when they went back and forth, she brought up the BMW, and I was like, oh, that's real dirty that you know that. And then you brought that up here on the show. And that's why I wasn't mad. And I'm still not mad when Mel said, you know what you need to do? I'm not going to tell you anything because you're not going to believe me. You need to go hop in your car, roll up on your husband, see what he out here doing. And I feel like Mel said that because that's what Mel had to go out here and do with Martell. But
Mm.
I was like, I have never been here for Tisha since that moment. And she has done that repeatedly over seasons. But people always want to be like, oh, Mel's trying to destroy her marriage. No, Tisha was being real. She enjoyed the fact that Mel was going through some stuff.
Oh my God,
And
girl,
can we
say it.
not forget
Say it. That's the
that?
yeah.
truth.
Wait a
That's the reason
minute.
why I
Could
said,
we not forget that Tisha's husband also gave coleslaw money,
Uh-huh.
was the go-to to
Mm-hmm.
pass
Oh yeah.
money.
He
So
Yep.
was
I'm
the
And they
money
knew
sure.
about that
launderer.
too.
That was laundering. He was laundering money. He sure
Yeah,
Sure
was.
And
was.
that's why I said,
allegedly.
now that we know what we know, I now see why she went hard at them, but why she was going so hard at Marceau. And Tisha likes to forget the second reunion when they came back from C19. She walked up on Tisha because Tisha kept talking about she's just trying to destroy their marriage. And Mel said to her, I was talking about Marcel. I was talking about your husband. And Tisha made it about the two of them. They're married. It's about the two of them. So then Mel said, oh, okay. So it was about the two of them. And that's why I said the smartest thing she did this season was step to the side and let Mel and Marcel duke it out, because she learned, because Mel went after both of them after that moment.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
and
We
we
have. Mm-hmm.
and that's the reason why I said Tisha started. Tisha wanted to start it because she kept on picking, and she knew what was going on. And the reason why in reunion 3 or 4 is when
So we're
Valentine's
not going
that
to go
friend.
to reunion 3 or 4 yet. We're
Oh no,
not.
no, yeah, no, yeah.
So
Okay,
let
yeah,
me
the
ask
Valentine's, yeah.
Robin.
Okay.
Robin,
I thought we only had 4 reunions, right?
we only have we have the 6th reunion, and I think they didn't.
No, I'm saying, but in total, it's only been 4, because C19 knocked them out from having another reunion, and that it's only been 4 reunions. Or am I misremembering?
I think it would have been 5, right?
Yeah, it had nothing to do with C19. I did the first,
The first
second
reunion,
reunion.
Mel was pregnant.
Yeah,
The
and then
second reunion, she was in that black dress. I call it her funeral dress.
yeah,
And that was after C19, because they
the,
didn't have any reunions,
yeah,
because C19 shut everything down. And then she came with the silver dress on, which was the year before. And then now she had this coat on. It's been 4 reunions.
Okay. I believe you, child.
well,
Well, I'll get it confirmed. Hey, Miss Robin, do you want to say anything? I'm gonna need everyone else to mute up though, because there's some feedback. Okay, Robin dropped out. Don't know what happened there. She said, "I love mail." She wrote that out there. I'm not sure if she's able to come back, but anywho, so that was pretty much it. Simone won that challenge. I wanted to start with this one. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to put up a post on the community wall, and you guys can leave questions there. And this will apply for season 3 and 4, maybe 2 and 3, because we really didn't get through all of 2. But 2, 3, and 4, if you have anything else that y'all would like to talk about in that part. And then we will rehash that out tomorrow, okay? And that's pretty much it. Do y'all have anything else y'all would like to say before we go? We've been on for about an hour and 20 minutes. What happened?
I love this, Diana.
Oh,
I'm so
hey.
glad you're doing this because I rewatched the episodes lots of times.
Okay.
So I'm so happy you're doing this, and I'm glad I
I am
caught it.
too. Cause I be wondering what show am I watching that other I know everybody has different experiences watching a show, but sometimes I'm like, am I the only one that saw this happen? What show are we watching? Cause I
Well,
swear this happened.
I'm telling you, sometimes people get really frustrated. So listen, our feelings are feelings. We can agree to disagree. I just want to be able tomorrow. I'm gonna try to have a little cleaner so that we can make sure we get these questions answered. But this was our first one. I just wanted to see what the feeling was, and we can hash it out. Okay, we'll just keep playing it out as a game. But everything was beautiful. I loved it. Hopefully, Simone sent her information over. And
I
that's
wanted to
it.
say something before I drop down.
Oh, sure.
LaDon and Aunt Debbie, let me just tell y'all YouTube famous to me. I just love y'all on any CC channel.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Thank you,
y'all, I
honey.
want a cast shakeup. I want Messy, producer, and Moses to be a new couple on the show, and I want Kaiwa to be on the show. We just need new storylines. That's just I want a cast shakeup.
Well,
Oh
if
my
Messy
gosh.
Producer goes on that show, I'm gonna eat her behind up because she trifling.
We're gonna eat
Ooh,
her
if we
behind up,
get
but I think
Kiowa
it will
on
give
the
us a new
show,
storyline. I
Listen,
Kimmy
love
is
them.
Kimmy gonna quit.
Kai,
Kimmy
we're
not
gonna
gonna
be a
No.
get
fan
Kiowa
favorite.
so that
I want
I,
Kyra on
Kimmy
there.
can
I'm just
go
saying I'm gonna
and
be the outlier.
let's
I
talk
don't
about
want
that
Kiowa
too.
on here because I feel
Yeah,
like we have too much Scots on here and they're
yeah,
not gonna talk about nothing real. Now
yeah,
Kaya might bring up some real stuff, but they not gonna talk about it. So
yeah, but
yeah.
no.
we'll know the truth. We'll get
No,
the
no,
truth, girl, the whole truth.
no, you won't. No, you
That's
won't.
true.
No,
All
you
right,
won't.
y'all. This
Thank
has
you for
been
having
an
me, and
amazing time. Oops, I'm so sorry. I appreciate every single one of y'all for coming up and playing this little game. I wanted to see how it would work. It'll give me an idea of how to play it out tomorrow. Simone won with the earrings. Okay, I'll make sure that I take a picture of them and do a little post before I mail them out so that you guys can see everything. It has been wonderful that y'all spent y'all Sunday night with me. I always tell y'all this. Everybody is so smart and amazing, and it was a fun game. I think I learned a couple of things. We need to take a deep dive into Kiowa, Maurice, and Kimmy. And again, just a little bit more about Kimmy, because Kimmy's kind of like that person that everybody has feelings about, but we don't always get all the full details of stuff because she's kind of in behind the scenes type of person. But outside of that, y'all, thank you to all of the mods who came on today. I appreciate y'all for joining. Thank you to all of the content creators. Glam Rock came up. I appreciate you for coming up, sis. You are welcome anytime. And I have some other content that I'm looking to bring to you guys ASAP. Okay. If you're not a member, please join. The membership link is everything should be working. I had to go through and make some changes to some things, but it should be working now. We've been having a good time in members only every Friday. Karen said that I wish I was on the panel. I forgot that Tisha asked Mel to meet with her to ask why Martell asked about 20 women. Well, let's talk about it tomorrow, child. Karen, please come back tomorrow and we will discuss it. And then she discussed the BMWs, okay? We'll just have to, because everybody wants to talk about it because we're so passionate about the subject. We got to have a creative or a better way to make sure it's one at a time so that all of the listeners can hear you guys too, okay? And we're also going to talk about this podcast that Melody and Carlos King are doing. So we got more things to talk about, all right? Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell, okay? Share the video too, because that's how others find me, right here on YouTube. And I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. Bye-bye.